Okay, somebody's fucked. Oh, yep. Hi. Whoa! Oh!
Oh, 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 no, la polizia, no, porco Dio.
Oh my god. It's silly meat. Is it? Yeah.
Supposed to knead this for 8 minutes. I'm usually probably going to get tired before my 8 minutes are up, but
Просто включить.这也太搞笑了，看怎么走的呢？
这啥逼玩意儿？
Do you like your pool?
Oh! Sharkasia! Oh my god! Sharkasia!
Aurora? I'm sorry. Okay, this should go on. I can't see. You guys like help her, Billy. Help her down. Heavy. Push her.
Darla, just jump.
I wonder who could be the culprit.
Okay. What is that? What is that thing? How am I supposed to water it? Ow!
Dear my beloved audiences, today I want to tell you a story which is called Zotter was no ordinary Bedouin dog. With his scruffy ginger fur, one floppy ear, and eyes that twinkled with mischief, he was the self-appointed guardian of the dusty, sun-baked landscape near Petra. He wasn't guarding sheep, or even his human family, the Al-Hassans. No, Zotter was guarding the secrets of the desert, and he believed every tumbleweed, every distant camel, and every lost tourist shoe held a clue to a grand mystery. Part 1. The Case of the Vanishing Falafel. Zotter's day began, as most days did, with the tantalizing aroma of breakfast. Today it was falafel, crispy, golden, and utterly irresistible. Mrs. Al-Hassan, a woman with a kind smile and a knack for making the best falafel in all of Jordan, had just placed a plate on the low table in their tent. Zotter, drooling discreetly, planned his stealthy approach. He performed his invisible dog maneuver, which involved slowly inching forward, belly to the ground, until he was practically under the table. His tail, unfortunately, had a mind of its own and kept thumping a rhythmic thump-thump-thump against the tent pole, giving away his position. Suddenly, a gust of wind, a common desert phenomenon, swept through the tent. The plate of falafel, light as a feather, took flight. It soared through the air, spinning like a delicious, savory UFO, and landed with a gentle plop right in the middle of the Al-Hassan's goat pen. Zotter watched in horror. His breakfast vanished. This was a case of epic proportions. The case of the vanishing falafel. He charged towards the goat pen, barking orders at the bewildered goats. Move aside, you woolly suspects. The evidence must be preserved. The goats, unimpressed, simply stared at him, munching contentedly on the freshly landed falafel. Zotter tried to interrogate them. He barked questions. He sniffed their noses. He even attempted to get one of them to confess by staring intently into its eyes. The goats, however, only offered bleats and more munching. He then tried to retrieve the evidence. He leaped into the pen, hoping to snatch a falafel before it disappeared forever. But the goats were surprisingly agile. They dodged, they weaved, and they swallowed the crispy treats with alarming speed. Zotter, frustrated, ended up running in circles, chasing after crumbs and tripping over goat hooves. Mrs. Al-Hassan, seeing the chaotic scene, chuckled. She brought out another plate of falafel, much to Zotter's delight. The mystery of the vanishing falafel remained unsolved, but Zotter suspected the goats were far more cunning than they appeared. Part 2. The Great Camel Caper. Zotter had a complicated relationship with camels. He admired their majestic height and their ability to travel vast distances, but he also found them incredibly arrogant. They always seemed to be looking down their long noses at him, as if to say, "Look at us, so tall and elegant. And you? You're just a fluffy lump on legs." One day, the Al-Hassans were preparing for a long journey across the desert. They were loading their belongings onto their camels, their enormous humps swaying gently. Zotter, ever the vigilant guardian, decided to supervise. He watched as Mr. Al-Hassan secured the last blanket to a camel named Fatima, a particularly grumpy camel with a habit of spitting. Suddenly, a small, brightly colored scarf, which had been tucked into the blanket, fluttered loose and landed right on Fatima's humpy back. Zotter gasped. This was a clear sign. The scarf was a secret message. Fatima was clearly involved in a plot. This was the Great Camel Caper. He immediately launched into action. He barked at Fatima, demanding she surrender the secret message. Fatima, unimpressed, just blinked her long eyelashes. Zadar then tried to leap onto her back to retrieve the scarf, but Fatima was far too tall. He ended up jumping repeatedly, his short legs flailing in the air, looking like a furry, brown pogo stick. He tried to climb her legs, but they were too slippery. He even attempted to tickle her belly, hoping she would laugh and drop the scarf, but Fatima remained stoic. Finally, in desperation, he barked at her ankles, hoping to trip her. Fatima, however, simply took a slow, deliberate step, and Zadar ended up tumbling into a pile of soft sand. Mr. Al-Hassan, seeing the commotion, gently removed the scarf from Fatima's hump. "Oh, Zadar," he chuckled. "It's just Mrs. Al-Hassan's scarf. Not a secret message." Zadar, slightly embarrassed but still convinced Fatima was hiding something, gave the camel a suspicious glare. Part 3. The Petra Pursuit and the Tourist Treat. Zadar loved going with the Al-Hassans to Petra, the ancient city carved into pink sandstone cliffs. He loved the smell of the ancient stones, the echo of his barks in the narrow sick, and the endless stream of tourists who often dropped crumbs. One day, while exploring near the famous treasury, Zadar spotted a tourist looking very distressed. The tourist, a kindly woman with a large camera, seemed to have lost something important. This was the Petra Pursuit. Zadar, putting on his most serious detective face, approached the woman. He sniffed her shoes, her camera bag, and then the ground around her. He picked up a faint scent of chocolate. He followed the scent, his tail wagging with determined focus, through the dusty paths and past ancient carvings. He barked at a passing donkey, thinking it might be a suspicious character, and even tried to interrogate a silent Bedouin vendor, who just offered him a small piece of flatbread. The scent led him to a small crevice in the rocks, where he found a tiny, shiny object. It was a silver locket, shaped like a heart, and it smelled faintly of chocolate. Zadar, with a triumphant bark, picked up the locket and trotted back to the distressed tourist. The woman's eyes lit up when she saw her locket. "Oh my goodness! My lucky locket! Thank you, thank you." She hugged Zadar tightly and, as a reward, pulled out a small, foil-wrapped chocolate bar. Zadar's eyes widened. Chocolate! This was the best reward a desert detective could ask for. He devoured the chocolate, his tail wagging furiously. He might not always understand humans, or goats, or even camels, but he understood the universal language of a well-earned treat. And that, Zadar knew, was the greatest mystery of all. If you like this video, please leave a like and a subscribe. It will really help our channel grow. But if you don't like it, then just skip it and don't forget to check out our other videos. Thank you very much and goodbye.